Hey, everyone. I'm so glad to be back. I'm Karen with your creative GPS. So, today I actually changed my mind about what I was going to talk about because so I'm going to talk about what I was going to talk about today on Wednesday, which is the F1 and what I think about all that. So, that's going to be fun. But today I have to talk about a post that I randomly made on Facebook last week actually. And it got oh, yeah, lots of comments, lots of thoughts about it. And so I thought, okay, this is resonating with people, and I want to ask you a question. Here's my question. Do you, without even knowing this word maybe, do you know and understand the word procrastivity? Oh my gosh, it's literally my favorite new word. Okay, I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to grab my phone and pull it up. Procrastivity, the act of being productive in something you don't actually need to be doing in order to put off the work that should be done. Okay, I found this word in the Urban Dictionary. And because sometimes I just search for words. Yes, word nerd alert. And when I saw it, I was like, what is happening right now? And I got super excited and it resonated so deeply with me and I had to share it. And then obviously it was super resonated with everyone else too. So let's talk about that. Why do we engage in procrastivity? And is it helpful to do that? Well, often this is a sign of neurodivergence and a few other things, of course, but for myself, so I will focus on the ADHD factor for myself. And I know that sometimes my procrastivity is that I get distracted and I'm definitely like a squirrel. I'm definitely that person. Sometimes my husband will be like, whoa, come back to what our subject is and let's finish that and then we'll move on. And I'm like, but I'm thinking about this other thing right now. And if I don't say it, I'm like fully going to not remember it. And so I know that one of the one of the bad habits that I have is interrupting people and which is like so anti my nature because I'm by nature a polite person. But if I don't tell you what I'm thinking about in response to what you said right then, I'll forget it. That's just the truth of the matter. So, I mean, sometimes I've taken to writing down stuff so that I don't forget something, especially if I think it's really important or helpful for that person. Because some people just can't take being interrupted. I get it. It's totally fine. I can because I think of it as conversation. Conversation is back and forth. It's not one person pontificates and then the other person listens, thinks, and then talks. Wow. That like so does not make sense to me at all. So that's just my quick side thought about that. See, squirrel already, squirrel. Back to why do we do this? So it could be we're distracted. It could be that we literally don't want to do the task at hand and then we catastrophize it. I definitely do that. I'm like, this is going to be so hard and it's going to be so awful and it's going to take me like 7 hours and I only have 2 hours to do this thing. So you know what? Forget it. I'm not going to clean my closet because obviously it's going to take like 3 years to do it. And I only have like 34 minutes. And so forget it. Wow. I just literally told you a very personal thing. That is very true. My son can organize like a crazy. So we are starting to, well, my husband's totally organized. I'm starting to, I'm starting to pay for his labor, which is fantastic. It helps me. It helps him. It's like win-win. But so why do we do this? Maybe we catastrophize things. Maybe we get unfocused. Simply, we are not focused, which is why to-do lists and my quick list idea for me is so, so helpful. So I can, if I need to walk outside and take a deep breath, look at the sun, look at the clouds, listen to a bird, and then walk back in, and then I can restart. I have to tell you, friends, the restart game for me is super fantastic. I highly recommend restart. I recommend you do that on your devices, right? So why in the world would I not recommend you doing that for the most important device you have, which is your brain? So the last reason we do it is It's a little bit related to the catastrophizing, which is fear. You won't do it well. You don't actually know how to do it. So that's different, right? I know how to clean my closet. Of course I do. But I make it a bigger deal than it is. But fear, I might not sing this song well, so I'm not going to learn it at all. I might, in fact, I might not sing things so well. I'm not even going to go to the open mic night. I'm not going to teach that thing to my student because if I have to demonstrate it, I can't do that because I might sound bad or I might play bad or I might perform it badly. And I can't write that article because what if I miss an important point? Or what if I say something and a colleague disagrees with me? Hello, voice teachers unite on that one, right? If you know, you know. Friends, I'm going to say two things, and that is this. Embrace your procrastivity. Embrace who you are and know that that is a part of you and that you can do things, quick lists, stepping outside and breathing the air, doing jumping jacks, just anything to restart yourself. That's number one. And number two, encourage, lovingly push yourself to just do it. Because here's what I have found over the years is that number one, it never takes me as long as I think it's going to take me. Ever. Never. It never does. Not once, not ever. Number two, you are good enough to do whatever it is the thing. Write the article, teach the song, perform the song. Not only are you good enough, we need to hear your voice. Literally and figuratively, friends. We need to hear you because only you are going to say things in the way that someone out there needs to hear it. Let me say that again. Only you are going to say things in a certain way that someone out there in the world will be like, oh my gosh, I finally get it. And honestly, this might sound weird, but that has been the biggest thing for me. I love teaching and sharing the stuff that I know that's inside my head. But I used to think, well, I'm not smart enough and I'm not clever enough. I'm not as clever as the person who said something similar over there. So I better not say it at all. And I'm going to be honest with you. I have dumped that BS. No, stop it. Stop it right now. Tough love for you. Stop it right now because the way you are so unique, you are so wonderful that your version of whatever it is you're teaching or sharing or bringing out to the world is perfect. And guess what? If a few years down the road, you're like, wow, I have an even better way of saying that, teaching that, sharing that, then do that. Then, of course, these things, oh, I love this word right now, static. They are not static. They are ever growing and changing and evolving, as are you. So, procrastivity. Let's know that we engage in it. Let's lovingly accept the word. And then let's move on and get our to-do list done and share all the cool things that we're doing and bring ourselves to the world because that's what the world needs. Okay, that's it. I adore you. Thanks for listening and more stuff coming at you. Talk to you soon. Bye.